What else is going on?
There's no talk on King of Fighters 13, goddammit.
No, nothing yet so far about that. Of course, the PSP2 rumors. That's still it's not really
Bad Company 2 Vietnam.
Oh yes, they have the new trailer for Vietnam.
Brand new
Something
guns.
like 20 new guns, 6 or 8 new maps.
15 new guns, 4 new maps.
So
6
Battlefield
new
and Call of Duty are going the Vietnam route now.
Oh yeah, they're going head to head in this. But here's the thing though. They said that it's a download only expansion.
Yeah, it's not a new game.
And they've got
it's a DLC.
It's going to have the atmosphere of Vietnam. It's going to have actual music. And I think what they might do, and I don't know. There's not been any information on this, but I think they're going to do Bad Company 1 type of gameplay where you get in a truck and you hear the song, Fortunate Son or something like that playing in the background, and you're like, oh shit!
That was a big hit with people, so it makes sense to do it.
And I want them to have those little not comedic because it's Vietnam, but like little nuances of like you have to keep your morale up.
That's
and
what
how
they were
do
doing the
that.
entire time. Yeah, like every time you see a Vietnam movie, that same song always plays.
Well,
when they're in the helicopter flying in, dropping in.
They play those songs, but then I'm wondering, like, are they going to, like they said that they're going to take grenade launchers out, and what they did is instead of having a grenade launcher on your, like, the AK-47, they give you AK-47s if you're Viet Cong. They're going to give you a grenade launcher, like a standalone grenade launcher.
Makes sense.
And
they used to not be integrated.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, that sounds awesome, but like, I'm wondering how is the balancing going to be? Like, they're going to do a lot of tweaks on balancing and things like that for the download title, and I'm fine with that. But people have been screaming on the forums. Give us Bad Company 1 maps. Give us Strike at Karkan maps.
I'm waiting for Strike at Karkan.
I so want them to just release a hint that they're releasing DLC other than Vietnam, because I want to be able to play these random maps that no one has seen on both systems. Like, if you have Vietnam, you can play Karkan, or, I want to have it where if you have Vietnam but you don't have the other one, you can get destroyed with these other guns. But then again, I mean, the balancing issues. If it's super accurate, it's not that fast on firing or something like that. But and then also with tweaks, they're fixing Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4. So I know you guys don't really care about that, but maybe the podcast does. Cool. It's a lot of updates. So
I'm looking right now at some of the stuff from Tokyo Game Show. I'm trying to remember like other little things. There's this one game that was announced that probably is never going to come out in America, called Galgun for the Xbox 360.
I saw that. Oh my god, I always felt so dirty after watching it.
You play as a guy who's given a gun that shoots quote unquote love bullets. That you shoot. That you shoot. It's like it's like an on-rail shooter, and you shoot them at women to make them fall in love with you. But it doesn't sound like they're falling in love when they get shot.
Yeah,
they moan and they turn colors and
their knees give way and they walk away bow-legged.
Really bad.
I think this is going to be a hentai game.
Okay, no, here's the best.
It's going to be full 360, but it's like
So I have a question.
Still
What do you think? What do you think of the Miyazaki game Deus Ex 3? You haven't talked about that at all. Miyazaki game is the guy from Howl's Moving Castle.
Huh?
He's making a game, a JRPG.
Does that have anything to do with Deus Ex?
I'm saying though, I'm missing 2 games.
Oh, I thought you said
no. Miyazaki is not making Deus Ex 3.
That's what I thought you said too.
No, I was saying Miyazaki is making a game, and also Deus Ex 3. You would be talking about this.
God,
You've been the one.
I didn't know Miyazaki was making a game, but Deus Ex 3 I've been waiting for a long time.
Nani Kuni or something like that. It's
that
one. Yeah,
his studio's doing the art for that.
Yeah,
Nani. I think it's Nani Kuni.
It means another world.
Yeah, it's like second
Oh, that's
world
the one that you said the one that kind of looked like Professor Layton.
Yeah, Level 5's making it, and
I love Level 5.
It's got Miyazaki's art.
I really do.
It's 3D, but all the characters are like 2D. It looks perfectly drawn, and it's coming out to the
PS3 and
DS. Yeah,
odd combination.
That looks
really
good.
I really want to know how they're going to make it combination. You mean they can talk between each other?
No, it's just weird that they've chosen PS3 and DS. Like,
well, they probably thought like the Wii can't handle it, but the DS can. Like,
I don't know. I remember you saying though that the DS version comes with like the interactive book or whatever.
It comes with a full like 100-something page spell book. You actually you look back and forth between the game. You'll talk to like a shopkeeper, and she'll be like, "Yeah, refer to page 61 and tell me about this." And like,
I thought it was a word search when I first saw it. I saw like lines going. I was like, "Oh, it's a word search." They give you like you find different spells and you can add them and write them down.
Yeah, you can pretty much. It's like fully interactive with the book.
Well, I for one hope that it comes out in America because I love Level 5 after their work on Dragon Quest 8 for PS2, Dragon Quest 9 for DS, the Professor Layton games. It's my opinion that they can't do any wrong right now.
So far, so good.
Do you want to talk about Reach or the Professor Layton game that just came out?
Professor Layton and the Unknown Future. Professor Layton games, I love them. I don't think neither of these two have played them.
I just watch. They're entertaining to watch, but
they're a really big hit in Japan. There's already five or six games out in Japan.
Anime.
They have an anime, they have a couple movies out, and we're just now getting the third game.
Yeah.
But they're really fun puzzle games. They all connect to each other.
I think there's a Wii version in Japan too.
Probably.
I'm not sure. They're making one.
Unwound Future just came out on the 12th. Haven't gotten to really play it yet, but I'm hoping to soon. I did replay the first two in honor of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I really enjoy Level 5 from what they've done. And I know these two, while I've been watching, Professor Layton stuff, they've been on Halo Reach.
Well, I mean, I haven't finished. I've been playing Firefight like crazy because I just love killing, Covenant. But like, I'm playing the story and I'm like, I really wish I had more people playing. Like, I'm playing alone on like normal because heroic is hard as shit. I mean, it's really tough. And they're like, oh, legendary, you just run by. I'm like, that's fine. But I'm trying to play here and wipe them off Reach. I don't want them on Reach, but it's a really tough game. So I'm just like, you know what? Throw in Firefight. Let me fly around, be invulnerable, use rockets and snipers the entire time. I just love goofing off in that game. And I played one match in matchmaking, and I really should play more, but, I mean, the entire time I see my friends list is like, Halo Reach. I'm like, I'm going to go play Borderlands. I'm going to go give the stream something else to watch.
Yeah.
This is coming from someone who's not a fan of the Halo series. That'll be a separate podcast.
Yeah.
But I have to say, when Reach came out, I was in my friend Craig's stream. I told him I'd moderate, so I was there. And I watched him play the beta too. And coming from somebody who doesn't like the Halo series, I have to say that this looks like the best one that's probably come out in a long time. Yeah. Like it looks more appealing gameplay wise and visually. More appealing than ODST and 3.
I was really ready to just like cast it aside as another remake of the first game, but I actually getting down to playing it, I liked it more than the first game. I think it's what the other ones should have been.
I think the only reason I like it, I haven't heard anything about the ending, and I know I'm probably going to finish it today just so I have it done, because I almost had it ruined for me in stream I was watching.
Yeah, and, I was clicking like crazy when Craig was streaming, and I'm like, remove.
It was crazy. People just want to talk about it, and I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
They want to be that guy who ruins things.
Of course.
But,
everybody wants to be.
Like, I just love how they have, like, indigenous creatures coming around fucking with you. I'm like, that's great. But then, I already had a hypothesis of what was going to happen, and apparently I was wrong, but, like, my idea of what should happen was, like, the perfect ending for the guy who finished it. He was like, more and more thinking about it, your ending would have been a great ending, would have been, like, the perfect way to end it. Do you want to know how I said we should end it? Or it was like, did I tell you guys about it?
No.
I said, no, yeah, don't want me to tell you about it? Okay.
I mean, we all know how Reach is going to end.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I was saying how the character was going to end.
Oh, like all the characters in the game?
No, I was saying that what should happen is they should escape, but no one knew about it. Like, they just flew off into space, and, like, the Pillar of Autumn, went away, and that's how the first game started. But, like, he went into cryosleep, and then basically what happens is, at the end of 3, they wake him back up. And that way you can have Halo 4 or whatever pick up with this new guy that Noble 6, whatever his name is, no one knows him.
Yeah.
And basically I was like, you know what, that would make sense. If you were in cryosleep because you were doing a slip space stream or whatever, then you have a new character. You don't have to worry about Master Chief. You don't have to worry about that anticipation of having him.
Yeah.
But I don't know, with the Halo 3 it ends, there's not that big of an issue. My main thing though is that there's no flood. Thank God. I would have had a serious issue if the flood was in Halo Reach because
they weren't even supposed to be unveiled until Halo itself.
Each game has had their own thing that just has really brought it down. Engineers, I hated. I really thought they were dumb. The flood in all 3 games were just bad. Because who wants zombies in the middle? Yeah, zombies are good, but this is not zombies. They're flood.
Yeah, it's like with what Yakuza's doing with...
Huh?
The new Yakuza game is adding zombies. Specifically to appeal to the shooter crowd. I'm like, I love shooters and everything, don't change your game to appeal to a crowd. Stick with your demographic.
That's
especially when you're taking something that's like a cult thing. Like zombies had their cult following, and now they're just exploding.
You gotta do vampire zombies,
and everything's doing so. I mean, Red Dead Redemption's getting a zombie thing, and it's just like
every shooter is getting a zombie mode.
It's just like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. Like
Borderlands got zombies, but that made sense. Like
because that was all mutants and stuff. I mean,
but they're just doing this to appeal to these cult people. And it's like, by the way, they're not the ones who are going to be playing this.
They're into me. But I still think it's stupid to change your entire style just because you want a new demographic. I mean, stick with your demographic.
With all these games trying to make themselves definitively different, they're all ending up being the same.
Yep. That's okay. Probably people will disagree with this, but that's one of the things that I love about Nintendo with their core series. I mean, they do make changes, but they really, really stay loyal to their roots. They keep the things that they know are working, and they don't get rid of them just because some people are like, oh, I don't like this. You know? Yeah. And Dragon Quest does the same thing, too. Like, Final Fantasy games are constantly changing the way they work, releasing MMOs, releasing new systems, and a lot of their fans are, kind of like, in and out on this thing. But Dragon Quest, while it's still growing, it really sticks to its original formula that they know that people like, that people work, and I like companies that do that.